This is a very serious review of the Master Grade GNX. Hello! Alright, I bought this guy at the beginning of 2010, and I just finished building him around August. Because I wanted to go through my workload of mobile suits that I have to build. I was building them according to the ease. Like if I got a first grade, I would build that first, and then after that I would go according to the list that according to the time that I bought them. So a lot of people don't like this kit. I like the design, but there are a lot of things that are not good with this kit. Like, these are loose. This thing just came off me a few minutes ago, and I can't, you see, I'm trying to make him look cool, but this guy might prove me wrong. There's a lot of loose parts. Sometimes a lot of articulation isn't a good thing. The second problem that a lot of people have with this kit is that there's a little latch here. Bring it down, just pull the white part, and the GN drive comes out. The second problem is there is no light for the GN drive. Yeah, you could put the Exias in it. I'm talking about something I'm not even looking at. Yeah, you could put the Exias in it, but it'll shine green and not purple. But the drive does have a nice little gimmick that when you pull it out, these things. In flying mode, you're supposed to put the feet like these. Let's put them in standing mode. So, the lack of GN drive and the looseness that plagued a lot of people's Exias, I don't think mine's had that. But I'd have to go back and see my review, which I'll put here. I don't know, it's a good design, not a good kit. I think I would buy this if it wasn't so loose and if I could find it cheaper. But as far as recommendations go, I wouldn't recommend this kit. Only unless you're a hardcore 00 fan like me. Let me use this fake GN drive to illuminate the chest. And then let me turn off the light. So basically, that's more or less how the drive would look. It gets kind of blocked by the chest piece, but hey, that's the design. That's the way it's meant. I like the fact that the grunt suits from 00 that belong to the bad guys are bigger than the Celestial Being kits. That makes them more intimidating. Like the big bad guy. Say hello to the bad guy. So I got the GNX to go with the Exia, and that was about it. It kind of sucks that now with the Master Grades, they did the same thing with these two guys, but for the 00 movie. They made the Quanta, and they're making the GNX 5. There's no Dynamis, no Virtue, no Kyrios, no drones, no GN Archer, no second season Gundams. That might happen. I don't know. From the way it looks, I don't think it will, but it might. But I got this guy to be a bad guy to the Exia. I got him at Image Anime for $50. And the accessories that he comes with, this little base for the GN drive. You get stickers. Yeah. And here's I think they're dry transfer and rub on, or you get 2 sheets of stickers. Yeah, you'll tell me what kind of stickers they are. I put Soma Pieris inside the cockpit of the GNX because I think you get a lot of female master grade pilots. You get this add-on for the bazooka, for the GN rifle. Turns that into a GN bazooka. You get the shield, which has the ability to, you push here and it turns into like the shield that the flags and the enacts used to use to repel lasers, which I don't exactly know how it works. It's kind of dumb in my opinion. I would rather if there be like a force field in here to repel. 2 blades for the beam sabers. Sergey. You got the GN rifle, which is a pretty cool rifle. I like the design. I did have a problem connecting this part to this. When I was disconnecting it, I almost broke this part. It looks like it has a little hook, and you can't notice it, but there's some stress marks on this little plastic piece. I'll put the gun together, but later in the review, and then I think I might not be able to take it apart. You get a little Soma Pieris and a little Sergei Smirnov, which I'll take a picture of them next to the GNX. I remember once, a long time ago, when G Gundam was gonna come out, I asked my brother, how big do you think a Gundam would be? Or I think he asked me, and I couldn't imagine. I think I said maybe 5 stories high, but let me see, 1, 2, 3. Maybe 5 or 10 stories high. I'm calculating the story by the height of the figure with a little bit for a roof, but I like the fact that you get these little figures to go with the kits. That's why I like the Tyran so much. The beam handles for the beam sabers. They have little indents here for the hands, and they store in the leg. You have to bring this down like that, like they go in there. You see, there's a little peg. It has the GN Drive light up feature, but since there is no light, you can buy the light. Image Anime for a time was selling the GN Drive lights for $20. I guess they used a little order form and ordered them. And I thought that they wouldn't sell that quick, but yeah. After I finished completing the GNX, I went back and there was no lights. So I was out of luck. Articulation is as follows. The neck is on a weird ball joint. Well, it's on a weird connector. When I first built the kit, I thought I was gonna plug the head directly into there, but the poly cap and the peg would not connect, so I was getting really frustrated with that. But then after I finished building the whole thing, I found this piece, and so the head has a sticker for the eyes and a purple jewel at the top. There's a flap on the neck here that lets you get more poses, which are on the chest. They're a little annoying because they're so loose, but they let me see, I thought they would come off easy. They're connected by a ball joint here, so they go up and down like that, and they swivel like this. If there was some way to like lock these things in place, I think I'd have less complaints about the kit. The torso, I mean the bottom part, can move like that, but there's no side to side motion like with the Axia. Just forward and back. There's a little latch here for the GN drive, and you can see the hole in there. Elevator, go down the hole. All you have to do with the drive is pull this out and then slide it in. I thought these grooves were for the GN drive, but that's because I think this piece is from the Axia. So just slide it in and align, and then when you push, these gray pieces lock in with the rest of the body. The arms can go forward and back like that, and the shoulders go forward and back like that. It's a lot of articulation. The elbows can bend this much. There's this little piece here. There's a swivel here, swivel on the wrist, and you get the GN claw hands, which are kind of weird because I guess these are claws for slashing and these are fingers for manipulating. The upper torso connects here with there's a ball joint here. This armor in the back opens up a little bit and closes, and these wings here go out, and as you can see, the back thruster can move the whole thing. The cockpit system on this figure is this. It goes down like that and then opens up to reveal the pilot. Some appears, but as you can see, I'm having some droopy dog problems with this. I guess the cockpit piece connects to this little tab there, but alright, there it goes. There's a snap. Let's hope that thing doesn't come down. Now, these come off easily, so I'm gonna take them off with a leg review. To look at the legs. Legs go up like that, and this piece of armor moves out of the way. I panel lined everything when I was putting the kit together, and I kind of like it, but it also slowed down my building process. So the legs can bend like that. And there's an ankle. And for, I guess, the Gadessas and the Gadess are all going to take this feature. The legs can turn like that for flight mode. I mean the feet. So it's a pretty good articulation. I think there's a lot of loose parts. That's one of the things that turns me off from this figure, from this master grade. Alright, so now let's put the weapons on this guy. So here's the shield, right? The shield pegs into his arm here with this little piece. Yeah. So there we go. Now, before converting the GN rifle into the GN long rifle or GN bazooka, let me just put this in his hand. There is a slot here for the get the master grades inclining forward. I guess a bad ankles, just like the Axia. So you're gonna plug this into here, and you're gonna put the handle into the figure's hand. So now that he's on the action base, we're gonna have less issues with him inclining forward. One of the poses that I had the figure in was with the gun like that. I have to take a snapshot of that video. So it's cool. I like the little GN rifle. I think Sergei's Tieran comes with something that looks like that. His Tieran Tauzi. Is that, as I mentioned before, there's this little part here which is stressed. You're gonna move this out of the way, and then you're gonna connect it like that. And there you have the GN long rifle, which is pretty cool. It's heavy, as you can see. You can have the figure try and hold it like that. It's a cool weapon, but because of its weight, the model kit can't display it a lot. The way that I had it for the longest was like this, down to its side. Since gravity is only naturally gonna be pulling it down, that's how I had it. And I would have it resting on the floor. See? So what's the final verdict on the Master Grade GNX from Bandai? I really don't want to review this thing in Spanish. That's how I feel. It's I'm gonna say it, this is the third time. It's a good design. It's an excellent design. I wish there weren't so many moving parts, especially these parts here and these parts here, which get in the way and are annoying. And there's an issue with the ankles, which because of the transformation of the feet, as you can see, it goes both ways. It'll go down, but it'll also go all the way up. So you're gonna have problems standing this thing unless you have an action base. And even if you have an action base and you have more model kits, it's gonna take up a lot of space. So unless this is the only unless this is the only Master Grade that you have, like maybe this and the Exia, and you want to put them on your shelf, then cool. But I don't know. The only thing I could say about the GNX is not for $50. Not for $50. This is Aries 0083 / the Gundam Cast, and I hope this has been informative and long-winded. I'll see you on the flip side. GNX out.